Carbon taxes propped up governments and gaslighting is our topic for today. Thanks for stopping by the channel. We are going to dive right into things. So today, Justin Trudeau was in Quebec, and right after the meeting he had with the premier, of course, there was the photo op and the question period. One of the topics that came up right off the bat was the carbon tax. So let's just dive right into this. And I'm going to kind of stop in a couple of places and give a little bit of commentary, and I'm going to rant. I'm just going to warn you.
To end the carbon tax, short-term thinkers. Is the Liberal Premier of Newfoundland and Labrador, Andrew Furey, one of those short-term thinkers?
I think a lot of people are seeing the public pressure of folks who are worried about the cost of living and worried about affordability. And one of the challenges that is out there is that everyone seems to be talking about the price we've brought in on pollution. Nobody is talking about the Canada carbon rebate that puts more money in the pockets of 8 out of 10 families across the country than the price on pollution actually costs them. So taking away the price on pollution or leveling it off where it is would actually mean less money in the pockets of 8 out of 10 Canadians in the jurisdictions where it's imposed, which doesn't make sense.
Time out.
Canadian.
Time out. If the carbon tax wasn't there, then there would be no need for the rebates. If the carbon tax wasn't there, then our fuel wouldn't be up at the pricing that it is. If the carbon tax wasn't there, then the price, the transportation costs of our food wouldn't be there. If the carbon tax wasn't there, the Bank of Canada wouldn't have said emphatically that it was driving our economy where it's going. Inflation is yes, we are starting to get a handle on inflation, but the carbon tax has had a hand in driving inflation to where it is. So if the carbon tax didn't exist, if it was axed, forgive me for pushing Polyev, but if it was gone, if it was axed, we wouldn't be having the conversations. It needs to go. And this nonsense about this check that these rebates that he's handing out is more than what we're putting out. Bull! It's absolute crap. If that was the case, we wouldn't be having the run on food banks. We wouldn't have a growing movement toward dumpster diving for your supper. I mean, come on. It's just nonsense, and it is absolute nonsense, and I'm sick and I'm tired of listening to this guy's crap. The gaslighting, he's trying to convince us that we should be thankful for the handout. We need to be thankful that he's given us $1,200 or $1,250 or $1,500 or $1,800, depending on where you live. You need to be thankful for it. Even though it's not enough to cover your basic requirements, even though it's not enough to put gas in the tank and eat and heat the house, you need to be thankful for it. I am absolutely sick and tired. I'm hoping that the premiers can just band together. I love what Premier Mo is doing out there, and he's just refusing to pay. It's going to be interesting to see how that kind of pans out. Let's keep going.
Are squeezed on groceries, they're squeezed on rent, they're squeezed on cost of living. We are putting more money in their pockets 4 times a year with the Canada carbon rebate, and we're going to continue to do that.
So what are you going to say to Mr. Furey, though, specifically? Do you think he's a short-term thinker?
I think Mr. Furey is continuing to bow to political pressure. I think Canadians in Newfoundland and Labrador and right across the country expect their governments to do the right thing. And the right thing right now is not just fighting climate change and spurring innovation for the future. It's about being there to support Canadians during this affordability crisis. And the Canada carbon rebate helps out 80% of Canadians with more money than they pay in terms of a price on pollution. It's basic math, and we're going to continue to be there to support Canadians with the Canada carbon rebate.
If the tax wasn't there, we wouldn't have the problem. Look, I understand and I respect the idea of protecting our planet. I really do. I mean, we don't need to be injecting all of the plastics and throwing all of the plastics that we do into the ocean. We need to be respectful not even respectful. We need to stop the chemicals that get poured into the ground. We really should look after our planet. I am 100% onto that. But doing this in a manner that destroys people, puts them in a place where they're making decisions. Do I get gas? Do I heat the house, or do I eat? That's wrong. That's wrong. Yes, this is a need. Yes, we need to look after our environment. We need to look after our planet 100%. But driving people to the place where they're desperate, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. When you put human beings in a position where they have nothing left to lose, that's a dangerous person. When you have fathers and mothers that are working, that they're doing the best that they can to heat and feed the family, get to work, come home, and the decisions are getting harder and harder and harder as to where to distribute the money. These are dangerous people. When you back someone into a corner and they have nowhere else to go and they have no other means, these are dangerous people. And I feel sorry for them. All of us. All of us. If this goes through, it is not going to look good for a lot of Canadians. A lot. I am hoping that somehow, some way, we have an election before 2025, because this guy's got another year and a half roughly. I can't even begin to imagine the kind of destruction that this guy is going to leave behind. So let's have a quick conversation here, because the only reason why Trudeau is able to do what he's doing with all of these taxes, with all of the scandals, with all of the lies, with all the crime that he has committed over the last 8 years, is because this man right here has been propping him up. We all know about the supply and confidence agreement, which keeps Trudeau in place until 2025. And everything that you as a Canadian are enduring right now rests squarely on the shoulders of Jagmeet Singh. If Jagmeet Singh pulled support for the Trudeau government, we would have an election and all of this would get fixed. Now, please understand, I am conservative, but I will never say that Pierre Poilievre is going to solve every single problem underneath the sun. Quite frankly, I have my suspicions about all politicians. But this guy right here, it's all resting on his shoulders. Now, the question is, why? Why is he propping up a government? Why is he endorsing a government that is as corrupt as the Trudeau government? Why? Why is he propping up a government that's creating the level of suffering that he is? Let's look into that. So right here, Singh is the only reason Trudeau is able to stay in power, thanks to the coalition they put together with their supply and confidence agreement, and do not have an election until 2025. By that time, if this government makes it that far, Singh will have qualified for his pension and a potential lifetime payout of $2.3 million. That's a pocket full of change. So I ask the question. I now ask the question. Is Jagmeet Singh endorsing Trudeau with the suffering that he's putting on this country and its people because he wants $2.3 million? We are worth $2.3 million. That's it. That's it. As far as I'm concerned, that's it. Nobody in their right mind, nobody with a conscience endorses a government with the level and the number of scandals that the Trudeau government has. No one. Unless they've got a powerful motivation somewhere. This is it. Folks, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. It really helps me to grow my channel. And also it'll put you in a position where you're going to find out and be alerted when I release new videos. Thanks very much. I so appreciate you listening to me rant. It is so cool. I love this. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.